Hello there. Today we're talking Bond, Playmobil Bond. Hello and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, then welcome, and why not hit that subscribe button? If you don't know what the subscribe button looks like, it looks like this. And also don't forget to hit the like button. If you don't know what the like button looks like, it looks like this. So go on, give us a click on those buttons. If you're a returning viewer, then thank you very much for coming back to my channel and choosing to spend some of your very precious, well-earned free time watching one of my silly little videos. Right, okay, let's get into this video. Now what you see before you is this fantastic Playmobil James Bond Aston Martin DB5 from the movie Goldfinger. Look, here's Goldfinger, Auric Goldfinger. The movie itself is actually quite a true representation of the book of Goldfinger. It's one of the very few James Bond movies that was the same as the book. And it even included the car, although I believe it was a DB4 or a DB3 that was in the original book, but it still had tricked out gadgets in it. I think it was the only time that Ian Fleming actually had a tricked out vehicle in the books. But obviously it inspired the fantastic DB5 conversion they did for the movie Goldfinger. Now, I bought this, I think, probably 3 years ago when it was released. And yeah, it's sat in my display. I've not really thought of doing a video. I did a short video about it, just quickly showing it off. You can find that in my shorts feed. It's quite easy. I think I've only got 3 short videos now, and they're all Playmobil. I have this one, I have the Back to the Future DeLorean, and the kit, Knight Rider, which is also rather nice and fetching. But this one really is, for me, the star of the show, as they say. So there you go. That's why I've got it. I'm also a massive James Bond fan. If you didn't know, I've got a few James Bond videos featuring the Corgi James Bond. Whee! Sorry, just like spinning it around, really. Okay, right. I'm actually going to start reviewing by having a look at the box. Well, here's the box, but it doesn't fit in frame, so that sucks, doesn't it? Look, it's a wheel. Okay, technical camera adjustment, and here you can see under the glare of my glaring ring, there we go, we'll just do it like that. You can see it's a really nice box. There we go, box review over. Let's see what's on the back. Yeah, you can have a little look and see what gadgets there are that actually work on the car, which is quite nice. But the greatest detail was from the inside of the box, where it came with this, with each little character had his own space, own storage thing, compartment, which was pretty cool. Right, okay, that's the box over and done with, really. We didn't come here to look at boxes, did we? Let's get on with the review. So, we'll start off with the 4 characters that we get. Here we have Mr. Auric Goldfinger.
Auric Goldfinger. Sounds like a French nail varnish.
Yes, quite. And he comes with some lovely gold.
I love gold.
Sorry, wrong movie. Oh dear, I seem to have dropped some bullion. It's okay, I'll find that later. Yeah, okay, so he's in his golfing outfit, I believe, and he has some binoculars. I'm not sure if the binoculars belong to him or if they belong to one of the other characters. But it doesn't matter, does it? It's pretty cool. Then we have the Korean henchman. Pretty screen accurate uniform. Mildly racist, maybe? I don't know. I suppose it follows the film, which follows the book. And Ian Fleming had something against Koreans. Odd job with his iconic top hat. Although, luckily it's not sharp and you can't cut yourself on it. The only problem is, being Playmobil and all their hands being the same, you can't hold it. It would have been nice if they'd put maybe on the back of the hat a little bit where he could hold it and throw it. But there you go. Can't have everything. Although for the price. Anyway. And then here is Mr. Oh, what's his name again?
Bond. James Bond.
Oh yeah, that was it. Comes in his tuxedo. Unfortunately, he doesn't really wear this in the movie. And he has a bit of a raised eyebrow, which is more of a Roger Moore thing than Sean Connery. But I guess is more of a generic. Jesus, sorry, it's early morning. I've just woken up and my mouth doesn't work. He is a generic James Bond. They could have given him like a little Walther PPK or a briefcase, attaché case like he had in no, Not For Your Eyes Only. Hey, what was the name of the film? From Russia with Love. Okay, thank you. Yes, like in From Russia with Love. But then I guess he gets a different gadget, which would be, obviously, this. And here we have it, the star of the show. Let's face it, no one clicked on this video just to see a little review of the box, did they? Oh, well, I suppose it's possible. If you did, let me know in the comments. Right, so the star of the show, the DB5. Fantastic, fantastic model. There are pluses and minuses, but the plus, big plus is, I mean, it's just gorgeous. Just as a model of a DB5, you could put it on display and go, there you go. It doesn't matter that it's Playmobil. It's just absolutely stunning. Look at all this lovely chrome they put on the front of it. And it's actually got a fairly good paint job as well. I thought it might be the same sort of plastic as they used on the DeLorean, where they just used the effect of the plastic. It has all little waves in it. But this is properly silver paint. But then, you know, this was significantly more expensive. This was more than double the price of what I paid for the DeLorean. So, yeah, there you go. Right, okay, so what gadgets do we have in it? Well, we have rotating number plates, which just flick round, he says. Just flicks round. There we go. Lovely rotating number plate there. 3 countries. We also get that on the back of the vehicle as well. This one rotates a bit more easily. Easier? Easilier? I don't know. I'm English. I don't know my own language. I don't play with it that often, so they don't rotate that easily. They've not worn in. I am rambling. So, we're at the back of the vehicle. We can pop this bulletproof shield that comes up here to protect the back, which is pretty cool. It's not spring-loaded or anything, but it doesn't need to be. It's just friction held, and as long as you don't pop it up and down 20 times a day, it should never break, really. Oh, come on, let's face it. How many kids are out there playing with this as a toy? And how many grown adults are there, like me, that just have it as a display piece? How many grown adults are there out there that secretly play with it? I know I would if I could get away with it. Okay, we also have on the back, the bumpers extend out. And I guess you can imagine that the smoke screen's going to come out or something like that. Unfortunately, none of all these lenses for the lights are all just solid. Nothing, no little flaps that open up there. Flaps, valves, secret compartments. Also on the front, the bumpers extend out. This is actually a something that happens in the novel with the original Aston Martin. It's apparently reinforced for ramming. I can't remember if it actually rams anything in it. Then, now this is the real tricky bit, are the machine guns, which are held underneath these lenses. And I have to do this very carefully. Otherwise you lose the things. That is a minus point. That's just flown across the room and I'm now going to have to find it. Okay, I found it in the carpet. Luckily I saw from the corner of my eye where it landed. But that is the biggest minus point for this vehicle or this toy, is that these things are very difficult to pop out. And when they do, they fly across the bloody room. And then you get a little machine gun that pops out like that. So, yeah, I don't display it with the machine guns out because I don't want to lose the lenses. Okay, next, tire shredders. Now, each wheel has a tire shredder that pop out like that, which you'll remember from in the movie. James Bond uses on Tilly Masterson's lovely Ford Mustang.
Look at them!
A double blowout. I've never seen one of these before.
Double blowout. And a massive gouge through the door. That doesn't seem to bother anyone. Okay, next down point on this car, this toy, this model, the doors don't open. And I have a real thing about cars where the doors don't open. I'm sure they could have manufactured some kind of hinge in here where the door would have opened. It's a very small detail, but I guess it would have driven the price up even more. And this was a very expensive thing anyway. So I'll let it go. But for me, that's a negative point. But you can just pop the roof off like so. And then you can see inside. And we do have some lovely detail inside. So you can just see in there. He says, is that in focus? There we go. You can see he has his early sat nav, and he also has the red button on top of the gear shifter there.
You'll find a little red button. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
No, why not?
Because you'll release this section of the roof and engage and fire the passenger ejector seat. Whoosh.
Ejector seat? You're joking.
I never joke about my work, 007.
It's actually operated by pushing down on this, on this technical exhaust pipe, exhaust outlet, exhaust pipe, outlet. I don't know. I'm not a car person. You can reset it. You have to really push it down like that, and then it should fire out into my face. Okay, now I've reset it with our henchman in there, and let's see what it does. It's pretty exciting. And there we go. Look, I've even put, oh, what's his name again?
Bond. James Bond.
Oh yeah, that was it. He's back in the car. Let's see if it fires with the roof and everything on there. It sort of goes like that. Fired more of the roof off than the henchman. So now, one last thing that's a downer, that's a negative point on this model, is scaling. Either the James Bond is very, very small, or the car is too big. Very small point, but whatever, we'll let it go, right? Because it's still such a fantastic model, and I am very, very happy with it. Although I wish I had it as a kid, but if I had it as a kid, I know everything would be broken by now, or lost, or missing. They could have done a bonus pack or an extra pack with the Ghostbusters. There's lots of different Ghostbusters packs. With Back to the Future, there was also additional packs. So I would have liked to have seen, say, a 4-pack of extra James Bonds with different suits on and different attire. What else could they have done? Yeah, like I said, he could have had his iconic Walther PPK. I'm kind of hoping that they still have the license and they'll make the Lotus from The Spy Who Loved Me. That would be a really cool one. I've reserved the space in my collection for the Lotus that does not exist yet. And it's getting more and more difficult to keep that space as my collection grows. I did think about getting the 18 van, and that could go in that space. Or even the Magnum PI Ferrari. That's pretty cool. I used to be a Magnum fan. Ooh. The only reason I haven't bought that yet is because it's too expensive for what it is. I think it comes in about 80 euros, which is about what this cost. And this has a lot more features than the Magnum Ferrari. Right, okay. And with that, we're at the end of the review. Now, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, notifications, share, all that kind of groovy nonsense, and I'll see you on the next one.